So this is part 2 of the COGCast, which is what, number 4? God, I can never remember numbers.
Number 5, dude.
No, well, I mean part 2 of number 4. Did you say that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
right.
This is a two-parter.
Yeah, 2-parter.
I'm just used to you being wrong at that. It was an impulse.
You sir are correct. Okay, anyway. So we watched, well, some of us watched Bethesda, Ubisoft, and Sony press conferences. The Bethesda one, in my opinion, was sort of a letdown. Well, it's my fault that I thought it was a letdown because the leaks weren't true. As much as I wish they were true, they weren't. Starfield, what was it called again? Starfield was not a real thing.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay, whatever. Anyway.
It might be, just they haven't released anything on it.
Yeah, maybe. That's the dream. Well, that's the hope. Yeah. So, what they did advertise, though, was a VR, Bethesda VR. So, like, there's Doom VR, Fallout 4 VR, which I think none of us here are probably, I mean, it's pretty cool, but then we won't go out
VR is just gimmicky, right? Like, it's just... I mean, look, I think VR and the way we game is going to change a lot over the next 5 years. I think they even went so much as to say that during the conference. And I agree with that. But I don't think that's necessary. It might not necessarily be the preferred type of gaming. The new things aren't always better.
Like how 3D in movies. How everyone thought 3D movies were like the coolest thing, and it's like nobody wants to watch 3D anymore.
Exactly. I mean, there's very few movies that I have been like, oh my god, seeing that in 3D was totally worth it. I can literally count them on one hand.
I've only seen one 3D movie.
I agree.
I have
a few in between, but you saw Guardians in 3D, right? The first one's Burnz, so I can imagine that would be a pretty good choice.
Really good.
I saw Prometheus in 3D, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good in 3D. I also saw Godzilla in 3D. That was good in 3D too.
Oh my god! So
that's it, really.
So with the VR
thing, it's a whole other topic.
The VR. I thought, like, the Doom VR, I thought was a little bit weird. Like, I'm just used to playing that on a keyboard or controller. Fallout 4 one was pretty cool, like with the Deathclaw being all in the guy's face. I thought that was pretty cool, though.
Okay, so
but
yeah,
I agree with War on this. It's kind of gimmicky.
It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, I mean, if you have the money, you can buy it, but then you play for like a week, and then show it off to your friends if you have people over, and like that's it. That's the only reason why you would probably use VR.
And then it collects that. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Basically, like I've never
used
the
only
VR
other
headset before, but
get for the VR would be new Resident Evil.
Oh yeah, didn't people say the quality wasn't that? I'm sorry, the graphical quality wasn't that great if you put on VR.
I'm sorry, Blackwind was really politely trying to say something.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Blackwind.
And Drags Integrity just running over me. Thanks, for. Yeah, but like I said, I've never tried a VR headset, but as far as gaming, like, I hate wearing my chat headset like I am right now, so wearing a fucking VR and a chat thing, it's just like, why do you need so much shit? Why can't you just, do like everyone else and sprawl out on your couch and watch your TV? Like, it's probably one of those things where it's cool for about an hour, and then you're
an hour. Holy shit!
Like, that was cool.
I was thinking 30 minutes, but okay, an hour. But there but there are actually like, I don't know why they do this, but then in VR you can actually play games like as if you're sitting on a couch and watching a TV in VR. If understand what that meant. Like,
so it's a
Netflix in
TV in a headset.
Yes.
Okay.
like your living room in a headset.
That seems excessively complicated if you're already in your living room. Why do you need a digital version of your living room?
Why do you need to recreate your living room? Can you make it better?
What do you mean?
Like, your living room.
So I've actually played some VR.
Better?
Okay, Burnz. What do you think about VR?
I actually really like it. I'm really excited about it, and I'd like to see more adaptability. I'm curious, very curious about PlayStation's VR. I just haven't been a PlayStation fan since like PS2. I played I don't remember the name of the game, like Oracle or something. I don't remember, but you would go around and do puzzles, but it messed around with like the concepts of like telekinesis and like moving things around with your mind to complete puzzles and shit. And it was really fun. It was really interactive. It was really submersive, and then the environments were just like so submersive and so beautiful. It was just a simple puzzle game, and then I did another one where it was like a tutorial where it takes you through your bloodstream.
Damn.
And it like teaches you about like blood cells and stuff. I don't know. It was really cool. I'd like to see more adaptability towards console gaming and VR and stuff like that.
Like, I would totally.
Hey, is Burnz the only one here that's actually tried it?
Oh, I've tried it.
I played a little bit of it.
I went to E3 last year. I tried it.
Okay.
I mean, I would get one, but the biggest problem right now is that it's still when you put on a VR, you still need a wire plugged into the VR, unless you're doing mobile VR. So that kind of ruins the experience for me to be able to.
I used mobile.
Right, yeah. I have the mobile VR because it came for free when I bought the Galaxy S7.
Yes, that one. That's the one I
exactly.
used, I think.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool. It's one of those things where like you try it once, you're like, okay, yeah, it's pretty nice, and then you just don't never touch it ever again. But
see, I could see myself using it like 3 times a week. Totally.
What would you do?
Just submersing into something. I would, if there would, depends on the content. Really depends on the content.
To me, it sounds like the best types of game for them are like horror games, right? I mean, those are the types of games you want to experience on there, right?
I guess.
I want Portal.
Portal.
I'll get such a headache.
I could see Portal. That would give you. Oh my.
Because you have to spin around so fast.
So it was like infinite loops.
Yeah.
You'd have to go on or something. Oh god, bro.
Throw up on your head.
I'm telling you,
dude.
I want some Portal. I want some Portal on VR.
No, but
I agree with you. Horror genre.
Yeah.
Really good for VR, but I think there's other things out there, more explorative things that just haven't had the right application.
I think horror because like it's just so easy to get into, as in like get sucked into, because it's so fucking scary. So it's one of those games where it's like.
Because it just talking about horror reminds me that Alien Isolation had a PC mod to go with, I think, the Oculus Rift, and watching people play that game with the VR is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. So yes, horror and VR, I'm definitely on board with, because it's so hilarious watching people scream running across their living rooms. Trying to get away from something that's attached to their face.
Them falling down, falling over.
There's a hybrid technology here and a lost art that could be really taken advantage of. I'm being older here. I remember what video game arcades felt like back in the day. I feel like more of like an augmented reality or an interactive play space that they've built, where when you're in game with people, like let's say an FPS game or something along those lines, the environment is there and it's really just a bunch of blocks and like walls and panels they've put together. But when you're in game, it's like a skin and it's like a whole different visualization.
And
I feel like interactive gaming could be really fun. What up?
Can I ask you something? Are you talking like? Let's be real. Are you talking about Oasis?
Well, I mean,
I thought he was
cool.
referring to HoloLens.
That kind of more of a HoloLens thing, a hybrid. Okay, the Oasis is something more or less that you can plug into in your home. And I get that.
This is a little off
topic, but I'm
topic,
thinking of like a building you would go to.
Hold on one second. This is a little off topic, but to our listeners, to anyone on this podcast, if you have not read Ready Player One, you are doing yourself the biggest disservice you can possibly imagine. It's going to be made into a movie, and that movie is going to be garbage. But the book is amazing.
Wow. I have hopes for the movie.
I can't tell you why the movie will be garbage until after you've read the book.
Yeah.
And
Anyways.
once you read the book, yeah, but you need to read it.
Who does that anymore?
Check out Ready Player One. Find out what the Oasis is, and you'll understand what I'm referencing. Where the Oasis though is something that you plug into your home, and I'm thinking more of a building that you go to, kind of like laser tag, but
Oh, they do have
way
that, actually.
like 1,000 times cooler. But that's what I'm saying. So like interactive arcades, and then module different different compartments, for different adventures. That like the blocks and the panels that they use to build the terrain that you're actually walking around in, is modular. They can make that into something else.
Yeah, they do have that.
Every other week. It's like a completely new level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have something like that in some place in America. I've got where. But it's basically like you hold a stick.
There should be more of those.
It already exists somewhere.
Yeah, like you hold a stick, and then when you it's like it's kind of like an escape room type thing, but not escape room. It's like it's built like an escape room where you hold onto a stick, and all you see is like a fire sword, and then you see a tree, like a pole, and you see a tree, stuff like that.
Well, it would be cool to do like a VR MMO, like for real. Like you go into this place and it's like you're with your friends and we're fighting like the Balrog from freaking Lord of the Rings or something. You know what I mean? Like some big boss, a raid boss or something. I can totally like that. Like more interactive gameplay. Like I think like, and then because gamers are already used to pulling themselves together here, on Xbox and on over console, but. What's the difference if we just go play with each other here, or if we go to these buildings like in every other city that have these really cool installations that we could play, like those kinds of things. I'd like to see more stuff like that from the gaming companies.
I would say maybe in 10 years.
You want to see LAN centers on steroids.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like that's what Burnz wants. LAN centers on
it's like
all
laser
sorts
tag.
of drugs.
It's basically like laser tag with HoloLens on. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, VR. It's not up to that level. In my opinion, it's still not up to that level just yet. If they take away the wire, then that's fine.
Integrity VR. Needs wireless.
Wireless, I don't mind I don't mind the wire. It's just like if you put on a headset and you have to have a wire plugged into it, how do you turn around 360 degrees without tripping over? Like, you know what I mean?
The reality,
very carefully,
in my mind, is if we can get it wireless, right? Then what's to stop us within 10 years of having it in, say, contact lenses? And then,
Google's
20 years after that, it's just within 20 years after that, it's just a plug in the back of our head.
I don't want anything in my head.
Just saying.
I've seen too many science fiction movies. I would never know. I would be so paranoid. I'd be like, is that person trying to kill me? Like, I've seen Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
Oh my god.
What is like
the paranoia? I'm a stoner, okay? I'm naturally paranoid. You put AI in people's head, I'm done. I'm out of here.
What if it's like a needle? Like just, needle. Like a staple gun type needle. That's not too bad.
A staple gun?
Sign me up.
That's not that bad, right? Into your nose.
I already wear contacts, so whatever.
Okay. Contacts the way to go.
Not human.
Okay, fine. Okay, do you want to move on, or?
Yeah, we really took the VR thing, and a whole journey through wars, paranoia, and Burnz wanting holodecks.
Oh my god, holodecks.
We have not even touched the surface of my paranoia. I want to make that
PS holodeck would be a happy compromise.
Okay, so the next thing they showed. Yeah, the next thing they showed was the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Are you actually interested in that, Blackwind?
See, I haven't gotten Morrowind yet because I'm kind of poor right now, but I will eventually, and I know it's terrible, but yeah, I'm definitely real interested in Morrowind. I've sort of, like, in the game currently, without even buying it, you can sort of peek around, like, get a feel for what it's like, and I'm really excited when I have money again, so I can fucking get it, because I love Morrowind. I love, like, the Dark Elves and that whole section of Tamriel with, like, the gods and fucking volcanoes blowing up the sky and shit.
Man, I was.
And then
you know she's happy when she talks about mass destruction.
Yes.
That laugh.
No, but and asteroids falling out of the sky, and But in addition to Morrowind, they also teased the next 2 expansions. I forget what the first one was, but the second one was Sotha Sil's Clockwork City, which is fucking cool. So yeah, that was awesome. I like Elder Scrolls. It's fun.
We
I
can
don't care
tell.
what people say. Yes.
So
I
each
like
their
my
own.
I'm considering
magic
picking
and
it up.
shit.
I'm
mean,
considering picking it
it's a
up
lot.
too.
It's fun.
Because I don't know, is it one of those games where like it doesn't really start until you hit 60 or 70 or max level, whatever it is?
I mean, personally, the first story that you go through from like level 1 to 50 basically, I thought was really interesting and fun. So, I mean, of course I didn't
Right. Yeah.
know basically fuck all about MMOs, but I mean, I liked it. I
Well-
still like it.
Warren Dregs, if you guys get Elder Scrolls, I'll play with you because I somehow have it. I don't know why. I just do. I don't think I've ever bought it, but yeah.
I just need to re-download it.
Can you
Just appeared
make that
somewhere.
happen to me, Integrity? Like,
My magic is not strong enough.
that'd be nice. Yeah. What?
Bullshit, you're Batman.
Batman does not use magic. Come on.
Yes,
Well,
that
then
is
just give it
true.
to a war.
Does. He might.
Be a good friend.
I mean, you never know.
just wait
There
until
could
like
be
Batman
a
has a
magic
small
Batman
circle of
in
trust.
some alternate universe somewhere.
Oh, maybe.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you get it, I'll play with you because I have no one to play with from level 1 to max level 50.
I fucking
Can you
played.
only create? How many characters can you have in that game?
I would assume 3.
Currently no.
Oh, okay.
I actually you start with, when you buy the game, you get 8 free, although you can purchase, I think, 2 or 4 additional character slots, but you start out with 8.
That's nice. That's good. So you could re-roll a character and play with Integrity, if Integrity would in fact play with.
I mean, I've got a character I haven't fucking done much with. I think I've got 6 currently. And one of them, it's literally like, I think I'm like level 5.
That's 5
So.
times higher than what I have.
Oh my god.
You go through the tutorial, you end up at
Really?
level 3 integrity. It's
Okay,
not that
my
complicated.
bad. My bad. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, even I've gone through the tutorial on that game. It's
I
really
played
not
the
all that
beta.
difficult.
I played the beta. I played like a little. Yeah. I played the
Oh,
beta. And
speaking
Well,
of
it's
betas.
changed a lot since
Yeah, I
the
know,
beta
that's
and
what I
its
heard.
release,
what I heard.
and a lot of it's been really good. Like the one Tamriel update, where it like removed all the barriers and shit, where you can play with whoever the hell you want. That was real nice.
yeah. Dregs.
Real nice. She
Sorry,
says.
kind of segueing. Integrity. Did you ever get your beta key?
For what? No. For Quake? No. I didn't remember. I
know. I wanted to talk about that, man. I was like,
Okay. Okay. Soon. Okay. So, so the next thing they talked about was the Creation Club, which is basically like where everybody puts their mods on, and people can like grab mods from that creationclub.com or something. So apparently, what they did is that you can put your mods on to this Creation Club thing, and you can like sell it. So you can put a price tag on it, and you can sell the mods. And everybody was freaking out about how that was such a bad idea because they did that on Steam, like for like maybe 2 weeks, and people were like raging about it. And they just like there was a huge backlash, and they just instantly took it down and made it like free mods again. Do you think paid mods
I
is a
got
good idea?
crucified for it.
Yeah. You think paid mods is a good idea?
No,
No.
I don't.
Mm.
I
What are you
think
trying to
mods
do
have
with
always
that?
been something that the community should do and embrace. And then if their community likes it, they should implement it into the game. Or support it in game. I thought Bungie and now, well, not really now 343, but Infection was created back in Halo 2 and custom games, and now look at how that's turned into. I mean, they not that that's a mod per se, but when that kind of stuff is created by the community, mods, alternate game modes, it's so much better. It's just, I don't know. You feel the community participation more, And it's a really cool thing on the developers to be able to let the community have that much freedom within their games. It says to me that they're confident in their games, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know how this is gonna play off, but well, that's what happened. Anyway, next thing, Elder Scrolls Legends. Does anybody here plays it? Like the card game?
Nope.
No.
No.
Yeah.
The Gathering.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a Skyrim extension. If anybody listening to this cares.
Yeah, I've watched it, but I don't generally play
Skyrim
card
is cool.
games for
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
They've
but-
milked the fuck out of Skyrim.
Oh my God,
I'm
and-
honestly tired
Yeah,
of it.
I know.
Which is- yeah.
Integrity mentioned that they've been they've been making money off Skyrim and Fallout 4 for like the past 6 years
Wait.
only.
Or not Fallout 4, just Skyrim. Fallout 4 came out like a
Skyrim,
year or two
basically.
ago. Yeah. Because right now they're marketing Skyrim for the Switch, and they're saying like, oh yeah, you can put Zelda in it, because can you put like a Zelda amiibo onto the Switch, and then you can become Zelda. And everybody were like,
Wait,
can
hold the
see-
phone.
yeah.
The phone. They're porting Skyrim on the Switch?
yeah,
Yes.
it was on a
When
trailer.
was this announced?
It was on a trailer like
yeah.
a year
It was
ago,
announced during the Bethesda
Yeah.
panel.
Yeah.
and they showed it off in the
Yeah.
Switch trailer.
I guess I just didn't pay attention to the Bethesda panel enough because I just wasn't that interested in the same game for 6 years.
So
Like I said, they've been milking Skyrim. They've
Yeah.
got Switch Skyrim. They got
I can
VR
play it on
Skyrim.
you.
They've got modded Skyrim. Like,
Like, and the funniest
Don't
thing.
get me wrong, it's a really good game, but I'm getting a little sick of it. But I think it's pretty cool that Nintendo Switch is actually getting Skyrim.
The funny
So-
thing is that
Yeah, it's cool that a company and a game console, not a game console, a game company and a game caliber, a AAA title of that side is like, yeah, we're ready to go to the Switch. We think it's going to be successful. That's what that says to me.
yeah, they're milking the thing that they sold the most. But like you can now be Zelda on Skyrim, which funnily enough
Right.
you can do the same thing with mods.
yeah. I'm sure
Link,
there's
not
mod for
Zelda.
that. There's a Darth Vader mod, too.
Oh, not Zelda, my bad, Link. Oh,
Not
yeah,
that.
you're right. Sorry.
Burnz, didn't you have a
Whichever one of the
lightsaber in
fuckers is.
Skyrim in the modded version?
I still do. I
That
have
scares me.
like 8 wings and like I can dual wield lightsabers and use do a bunch of crazy stupid stuff, which is awesome. I played through Skyrim when it first launched. It was really fun, and now I'm replaying it with mods. It's like a brand new game. It's crazy.
Mods run the community. Well, the community run the mods. Anyway, next thing, Dishonored. I'm pretty sure War, you're not gonna get it. Dishonored: Death of Outsider. It's like a Dishonored 2
DLC.
DLC. Yeah.
Well, I was a huge fan of Dishonored, but I just haven't heard good things about Dishonored 2. I heard it was pretty much the same game, and not a better version of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just no, I'm
No,
probably.
no.
I mean, if it comes around for the right price, I'll get the game, and then I'll probably get the DLC. But it's not on the top of my to-do list by any means
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah, same. Quake Champions.
Like tournament.
Quake Tournament, yes. So you can get a beta key right now if you go on their website and sign in. I couldn't because
By the way,
when they announced the beta
Interesting-
key, sorry,
you go ahead.
Yeah.
Integrity.
when they announced the beta key, they're like, "Yeah, come here, grab a beta key right now. Go to the website." When I went on the website, it crashed. I'm like, okay, maybe
Same here.
my internet. I just refreshed it, it crashed, and I just could not get a beta key for like an hour. It was ridiculous. But I think they
That was pretty bad.
yeah. But I think they're changing Quake Champions to have a little bit more class-based
Tournament.
Like tournament.
and their tournament. Yeah. Do you think it's gonna be like another Overwatch? Not as in like it's gonna be as big as Overwatch, because it is a classic.
Yeah, it's Quake was never my cup of tea.
Yeah.
I mean, it was big on PC, but
It's a Twitch shooter, correct?
Yes.
yeah, it's a gladiator Twitch shooter.
Twitch shooters just aren't my thing.
Arena Twitch
Yeah,
shooter.
it's not my thing either.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's cool and all, but
PC Master Race people scare me.
yeah.
It's just the preacher, the hardcore preachers of PC Master Race people. Okay. Anyway, look, Evil Within 2. Yes, they're getting an Evil Within 2. I swear the first one flops, but I guess not.
If you haven't played the first one, you need to do yourself a favor and go play it, because it's probably reduced price now.
That's true. Yeah. I guess I
don't know much about the franchise.
I was a big fan of the
Not gonna
first
lie.
one. I just didn't like the ending of it.
What type of game is it?
It's kind
Obviously,
of
it
like
sounds
Silent
like a horror.
Hill. It is a horror. It's like Silent Hill. Like
I
the original
played
ones.
Silent Hill.
Like, I know the creator who worked on the Evil Within. He actually worked on the original Silent Hill. So
Still haven't told me what this game is like yet, because I haven't played Silent Hill.
God,
Survival horror.
Which game?
the Evil Within. Basically, you play this detective, and he goes to the hospital after there's this massive killing spree. Then you black out, and you wake up, and this world's just kind of like, it looks like it's completely overrun with monsters.
Is it first person?
So you try-
Third person?
Third.
Does it like have shooting mechanics? Is it
Yeah, you
Okay.
go around. It's not.
I'm glad you can
totally
go around. You
shoot-
can go around in most games. That's good.
It's not like. It becomes kind of a shooting gallery at the end, like kind of like Resident Evil 5 and 6. But the first half of it, like a good majority of it, it's like really like a little bit more stealthy. You kind of have to be more careful because you're really weak. These monsters will just fucking shred right through you. But after a while, you get some guns upgraded and stuff. Like, it then starts becoming a shooting gallery, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah, horror games always do tend to digress into that, even the best of them, like Dead Space.
Yeah, I mean,
That's another topic right there. The Dead Space stuff. Okay.
I'm
anyway.
definitely getting the Evil Within 2.
Okay. That's 1 out of 5, or 1 out of 6. Sorry. Wolfenstein 2. Did anybody play the first one?
I did.
When I was young.
Okay, no. Okay, when I say first one, I meant like the 2014 one.
The New Order.
My bad. Okay, I'm not that old. Yeah.
I played the
The
first
New
one when I
Order?
was young too.
Yeah.
But no, I did not play the remake.
Oh man, it was okay.
The New Order.
I really liked
was-
it.
Yeah, it was really good. Didn't they make a DLC for that or something, or a second game, and
Yeah.
it didn't do so good?
They made a second game called Old Blood, I think, where it's like the prequel of the first game. I bought it. I played like maybe 5 minutes of it, and I got a refund because I was just like, I can't do this. Too much of this. But I really like the first one.
I just like the fact that at the end of the Wolfenstein trailer, you got a pregnant lady stabbing a Nazi and another guy who's tripping out on fucking acid.
Oh, that's one of the better
Wow,
things.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Wow, that like.
That's one of the better things. Anyway, so that was like the last thing under Bethesda's schedule to me, it wasn't like there was nothing. Holy crap! This actually happened, kind of thing happened. Or, they didn't show anything crazy. So, if anybody else have any comments on Bethesda's press conference, I'll move on to Ubisoft.
I got
It was
one.
very.
Uh,
Go ahead, Blackwind.
Basically, most of the Bethesda conference, aside from freaking out over ESO stuff, was cringing at the whole Bethesda Land thing they had going on, and then going, "What the fuck?" through some of those trailers because I had no idea what the hell was happening, and then more cringing. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that Bethesda Land thing, but it was weird.
The Bethesda Land thing kind of reminded me of something from like Fallout or something, which was weird. But I thought I was expecting a little bit more. Like I kind of figured they were coming out with a new
underwhelming.
I knew they were coming out with a new Wolfenstein game. Evil Within 2, I wasn't expecting, but I was just expecting more, like VR stuff. That's cool. That you get to play Doom and Fallout, and we get Skyrim on the Switch. But there's like what, 2 new titles and DLC.
Basically, yeah.
Basically.
That's really underwhelming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Ubisoft. So, the first thing that happened was Miyamoto came out, and everyone was like clapping and like screaming, like going crazy because they announced Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Did anybody see that?
I saw it. Not interested.
Okay. Yeah, I might get it. Maybe. It's kind of like the whole XCOM tactical battle style thing. I always like Rabbids.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then. Okay, moving on. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Well, I'm excited about that. I talked about that yesterday.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. It's I don't know what else to say other than I'm excited. I don't want to get my hopes up, but my hopes are up. So fuck you, Ubisoft.
The fact that it's in Egypt is even cooler.
I know, man. That was on one of the top of my like places I want to see. I still want to see like a samurai Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
And dear God, I want to see a Vikings Assassin's Creed.
Ooh,
Epic. It would be epic.
Calm down.
What?
The pillaging would be merry and abundant, and it would never stop.
I mean, we did get a pirate one, so I'm always hoping.
That's what like got me onto it. I was like, they're continuing the whole. I don't think they're really. I guess Egypt isn't landlocked, so there's probably some naval aspects in Origins.
The Nile.
Yeah.
Going down a Nile.
Yeah, I guess so, right? But it'll be interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, I feel like
I've said that a lot.
I feel like this Assassin's Creed is. This is a story I actually want to know. Like, how did the game that I love, like the first game that I loved, how did that happen? I actually want to understand the story behind the whole Assassin's Creed group, league, whatever you call them.
You want to understand the creed of Assassin's Creed and why it's the creed.
And how it became.
Yes, I get it. I feel you.
Yeah, the origins. Yeah, because the old games, it's like, okay, it's like their own story, their own life kind of thing.
Everything is permitted.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Assassin's Creed. The crew too.
And they're gonna make some like epic moments. Sorry to just continue this.
Fine.
They're gonna make some epic moments about like when they say those lines the first time. Like he's just gonna like murder some like popular politician and like everyone's gonna everything is permitted. It's just there's gonna be some awesome stuff that they can do with it.
Yeah.
My only hope for the game is, and I don't know if they addressed it in the PlayStation one today. I missed the PlayStation briefing, but I saw the Xbox briefing. I really hope this one just focuses on the origins of the game and doesn't focus on the whole extracurricular, not extraterrestrial, extracurricular activities of Assassin's Creed that occur in real time. I don't need to see that this game. I enjoy it most games, I do, but I'd like one without it.
Devs, if you're
I
listening,
think it worked for like the first couple of games, but I think it's just gotten to the point where it's a little bit.
I thought it worked. The
Worn
way
out.
they did it for Black Flag was really well.
Yeah, they did it really well with Black Flag, but it's just
Miller
like,
wouldn't know.
okay,
He never got off the island.
But my whole gripe with it was, okay, I'm into the action, I'm assassinating people, I'm doing all this cool stuff missions, and then I do a story mission, then it's like break from the action to this unwanted scene.
Yeah, you're right. But that being said, one of my favorite, it's a top 10 moment for me in gaming. Assassin's Creed 2, at the end of Assassin's Creed 2, after you've beaten the Ezio arc of the story and you have to abandon the base with Miles, and the Templars are coming after you in the real world, and it's like during the credits, it's almost like a post-scene, it's almost like a post-credits, fight sequence, like level that's going on during the credits, and you have to fight your way out using all the assassin abilities as Desmond instead of Ezio. That was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. But that's really the only time that, and what they did with Black Flag, that's really the only time that I've enjoyed anything outside the Animus.
Yeah, I mean, it worked for 1 and 2, and it really went above and beyond with Black Flag. But I just felt like with 3, it was a little bit tedious. I didn't really play much of the other ones after Black Flag. I mean,
well, Unity was terrible. I still haven't beaten Unity. The one that came after it, I always forget the name of it, and it makes me so mad. Syndicate. No, Syndicate. That was a very solid game. It was the one with the twins in London. So it was a cool time period. That was a good game. But it was so overshadowed by the massive failure that was Unity, that it just, no one cared that it was a good game. Unity was so bad.
Okay. The Crew 2. I'm guessing nobody... I mean, the trailer looks cool, but I'm not going to play the game. Like, Ubisoft...
Have any of you guys played The Crew? Have any of you guys actually played the first one?
Nope.
No. Right.
I tried to, but it kept crashing every time I hit play, so I eventually uninstalled it and gave up. No, the game kept crashing.
That game is a letdown. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can travel all across the country. Wow, that's a weird tongue twister. But I drove to Seattle and was not impressed. It is not Seattle. I'm sorry. And then it's like you drive from Seattle down this road for 15 minutes, and you're like, "Oh, I'm in San Francisco." That's weird. It was just a
yeah.
No.
Yeah. All I can say is that Ubisoft knows how to make a good CGI trailer. Like, that's it.
They do. They've been doing it since like the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. Anyway, and they showed South Park next. All I can say is that there was this moment where because in the theme is basically a bunch of superheroes, like the Marvel universe kind of superheroes. And there's this girl, and there's this girl who comes out, and she has like all these phones around, like, oh yeah, call me if you need my help. And everyone's like, what's your name? She's like, I'm Call Girl. And I'm like, I just died laughing.
if you never played the first one, obviously the game's gonna be fucking R-rated.
R-rated? I hope so. Holy crap!
Fucking
It's called mature, but.
Whatever.
It
needs to be X-rated or unrated.
Oh man. Like, you have to be a South Park fan to like appreciate all this stuff. Even if you're not, the humor is so funny.
The humor in the first game was hilarious, but
Yeah.
there was sometimes I was just like, okay, this is a little bit too far. I'm seeing a little bit too much.
Okay. Transference? It's like okay, they showed a random old school video. Okay, it reminds me of Get Out, like the movie. Have you guys seen it? Like Get Out?
Great movie.
Nope.
Loved Get Out.
Great movie.
Yeah, it reminds me of Get Out. It's just like those like old TVs, like with the fat back TVs and then black and white, and apparently it's like a VR thing, but I wasn't completely sure what the hell was going on. Skull and Bones, another pirate game, which I'm pretty sure
We know how we feel about pirate games.
Yeah, pirate games are just
I like pirates.
Unless I can
That
throw
looks
a
like
mutiny
Pirates of
on
the Caribbean,
Burnz' boat and strand him on an island with a pistol with one shot, where he can rope himself a pair of sea turtles, I ain't touching it.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then the next thing they showed was Just Dance. I did not watch it because it was just so cringy.
I skipped that.
Oh my god. There's
Yeah.
A panda came out.
I skipped it.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there a panda? Like some dude dressed up in a panda costume. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh my god, the audience must be like cringing so much.
That made me want it even more.
Yeah, I
I saw that panda. I said, I'm sold.
The
I
panda.
need that game.
Totally.
Really, Miller?
Love Just Dance.
Oh yeah.
Guilty
Was
pleasure
the
game.
panda at least as good as
Fine.
Left Shark?
No, it was better. The panda was better.
It doesn't compare.
Okay. And then they announced a South Park mobile game, which looks okay. I wasn't completely sure what the hell to do with it, but it looked okay, I guess. And then there was Starlink, which I'm pretty sure War and Blackwind saw as well. It's...
I saw it. I was confused by it.
How do you... Okay, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, you have a ship, right? But the only way you get a ship, I think, is you have a model like a little physical model ship where you plug it on top of your controller. And you can, like, switch out weapons by switching... It's like an amiibo,
Okay.
but then you...
I didn't see this game, but it sounds like they're applying that little kid type technology where you
Amiibo?
like get all those Disney characters.
Yeah, amiibos.
Maybe that's what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Is that what it is?
No,
They're
it's
trying to
not.
do it for adult gaming.
Yeah,
now?
it's
They're
kind of like
trying to do it
that.
for-
Yeah, but not
Oh
amiibos.
my god, no!
Yeah.
I won't touch that game. No, I will not touch that game.
Yeah.
What is it?
That those types of
It
games
looked
will
like
make you broke.
model.
What
They
is
will
Yeah,
it?
make
it
you
looked like
broke.
model spaceships on that you were doing something with to play the game. I don't fucking know.
So
So
like,
when you buy the
I was very
game, it's gonna
confused.
come with one.
I
It's gonna
hope
come with
so.
a base
Holy
one.
shit.
It has to.
I
It
hope
has
so.
to.
Yeah.
It has to.
But
But you can go and get, I'm assuming, other ships and other weapons by going and physically buying them at the store.
yeah,
And then you equip them to your controller or whatever it's set up to, and then you have that in game.
basically, yeah.
It's like Disney Infinity has it now where like you can play with all these different Marvel superheroes, all these different Disney characters, but you actually have to have the physical figurine. My brother plays it. He's addicted to it. He loves it. He's
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
So it's
That
like this.
sounds expensive and excessive.
It is. It is. It will make you broke if you play those games. Do not
I'm
play
already
those games.
broke, more.
Yeah, don't play this game. You'll be on the corner very soon if you start playing this game.
Like, that's too much fucking work anyway. Like, I don't want to fucking mess around with fucking toys when I'm trying
Oh,
to play a
God.
fucking game. Like, let me just play a fucking game. I don't
I know.
know.
I agree.
That's too much. I'm
Okay.
too fucking lazy.
And then Steep, an expansion. No one? Yeah, no one. Yeah, that's what I
Nope.
thought, yeah.
Steep has really nice hitboxes.
Oh yeah, they do. Like they usually
I love it.
they usually pop up on hitbox porn on Reddit. It's actually pretty
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5.
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
dude, the trailer was awesome, and I hope this game is everything that it appears to be, and I hope that they embrace the criticism that they are receiving from this game, And I hope this game owns it and is every bit as good as Far Cry 3, because Far Cry 4 was a little bit of a letdown, but it looks like they are embracing a villain like that, the villain in Far Cry 3. His name's escaping me. I know it starts with a V, but it'll forever be burnt into my head. Do you know the definition of insanity?
Oh, boss. Yeah.
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 It's
God,
just,
he's
dude,
perfect.
they
He was-
make amazing villains,
Yeah.
and it looks like they're amping up because they know they missed the mark a little bit in Far Cry 4 with it. They had a great villain. They just underutilized him completely.
Yeah.
And the game suffered because of it. It wasn't, though they expanded on everything that made Far Cry 3 great, the game suffered because it lacked the villain.
Yeah.
And they know that. So I'm excited to see them go full bore into another villain and full bore into another type of just unique, different, oppressed society. I'm so excited for this game.
Yeah.
And the trailer was beautiful.
Yeah, like when I saw like, oh yeah, we're fighting in America, like in a North America region kind of thing, in America. I feel like it's a lot more like emotionally. It allows me to be more invested emotionally, to be like, oh yeah, I'm in a place where I've sort of been. It's my culture kind of thing, and I'm fighting there and fighting for it. It has that feel, and I feel like it's gonna be a lot more. I'll be a lot more into it. Like, yeah.
You're more
relatable.
committed to the cause.
Exactly. Yeah.
Relatable is the right
Yeah.
term. Yes.
Yeah. Like more immersive, basically.
Mhm.
That was it.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and that was it for Ubisoft.
I'm sorry. Is it Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
Oh wait, they have one more thing. Sorry, I say Ubisoft, but I don't know.
But what is it?
The
Like,
one more thing.
actually.
Oh, I have no clue.
No. How do you pronounce
Who
it?
the hell cares?
Ask Alexa. I don't know.
Pronounce it how you like. You do you.
That's good advice.
And then they showed their last game. I forgot to say this. Beyond Good and Evil. Has anybody played the first one?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
It
Because
looks entertaining though.
yeah, it looks entertaining for sure. But I said, Ubisoft makes a good CGI cinematic trailer. That's all I can say. Because the last
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't sure what was going on, but it looked pretty
Yeah.
and interesting.
Because the first game came out 2003, so it's been 14 years. So people the fan base has been pretty excited. So yeah.
So since we're wrapped up with Ubisoft, I know that they at least you were saying that they premiered Call of Duty 2 on and Destiny 2 in the Sony panel.
Yeah,
I didn't get to watch the Sony panel.
That's
so
fine, that's
I
fine.
want to hear that explained.
that's completely fine, honestly. But yeah, that was the last Ubisoft game. We're moving on to Sony. Dregs, are you a Sony fan? I hope.
He has a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I know that.
To some degree, like the PlayStation 4 when it first launched, didn't really have a lot of titles for it.
But now you do have a lot of titles. Because
Yeah.
yeah. So I was watching the first game they were showcasing, and War was there. There's this girl running through a freaking tomb, right? So I'm like, oh, another Tomb Raider. But I don't know why she looks so old. Like there's some old Asian mid-40 woman running on a Tomb Raider. And then there's Uncharted. I'm like, oh fuck this. God damn it. But yeah, they're bringing back Uncharted, but not with Drake. With somebody else. I'm not
Yeah, they
sure.
said the Uncharted 4 was the last one with Drake.
Yeah.
I know that's been nothing but an amazing franchise, and I am seriously considering getting a PS4 for some of the amazing single-player titles that they have. And the Uncharted franchise would be something that I would be taking apart. So I think it's cool that they're continuing it, but I don't have a whole lot more to say on it, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's just one of those things you just have to respect after having so many
Right,
continuations.
accolades, so
yeah.
much success.
Yeah.
It is. There's no doubt. Aren't they making it into a movie too?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, with the PlayStation, with Sony, usually they put out really good like single player titles like
For sure.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted,
Mm-hmm.
but their
Man's
multiplayer
Sky.
titles.
Oh, okay.
That was
Christ.
Okay. The next game
Too
was
soon?
Yeah, too soon. No, not really. They deserve it. They deserve it.
yeah. We're kind of interrupting my flow.
Sorry.
Okay. Horizon Zero Dawn. They're getting an expansion, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's one of those games where like if I do get a PS4, I would definitely get that.
It's a beautiful game.
Mhm.
Like,
I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
dude, it's kind of like Tomb Raider meets Jurassic Park almost in a post-apocalyptic world.
That sounds amazing. Sign me up.
There's a lot of hunting and stuff, and it's really easy to upgrade your stuff. You can upgrade anything at any time as long as you have like, because you have to kill animals and stuff in the game to salvage meat and fur and stuff like that to get better upgrades. So you can stop and do that at any time, and you can really go anywhere and do whatever you want in the game. You just don't have to follow the main story mission.
Mm-hmm.
But be careful, because the more you explore, the more dangerous it gets.
I would assume so.
Well, I'm glad it doesn't get safer.
Okay.
The farther you get in this game, the shittier it gets. That's the goal. That's the dream, folks.
Okay.
I mean, it gets really shitty in that game. Like, close combat is like really fucking hard. Like, I've had to use nothing but stealth, because there's just some machines in there that'll just fucking kill you in a couple seconds.
I feel like that's a good
Is there any
direction.
kind of difficulty, or is it one of those games that it's like, nope, this is how you get it, suck my dick?
I think it has. I've been playing it off and on, but I think it does have a difficulty.
I love games that are bold enough to be like, nah, fuck you. Play this game how we want you to play it. I do.
I remember there was a
I
Japanese...
mean, I can't really remember.
Yeah. I remember there was a Japanese developer who tested out his game, and then all the testers are like, oh man, it's kind of hard, and the main character looks kind of ugly. And the Japanese developer was like, no, screw you guys, I'm going to make it even harder. I'm going to make his head bigger. And it became a huge success. I forgot what it's called. There's like this red superhero dude. I completely forgot what it's called. But yeah, that was his philosophy. Anyway, the next game that came up was Days Gone. It's like a... how to explain? It's another zombie game, basically. But it's a horde of zombies, like Left 4 Dead horde amount of zombies. It looks interesting.
I'm tired of those games.
I think...
Yeah, I'm getting
There's a
tired
lot
of
of
zombies.
zombies.
Yeah.
I'm getting tired of zombies.
I'm really excited for State of Decay 2, but I've played Left 4 Dead, I've played Dying Light, I've played Dead Rising 3?
Yeah,
2 and 1? That's the name? Yeah, I mean, it was cool 10 years ago. I'm all for a good zombie game. The Telltale Walking Dead games, top notch. State of Decay, top notch. But no, the horde-ish type zombie games, unless they're doing something completely unique and different, it's been there, done that a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're doing for the Sony, for PlayStation. Next game is Monster Hunter. Have you ever played it? Have you ever played Monster Hunter?
Never played them.
I mean, apparently it's a good franchise, so I wouldn't know.
That's what I've heard. I mean, I have a friend who plays it, and he tries to get me into it. It's...
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to try once. If you don't like it, you won't ever like it.
Yeah.
Shadow of Colossus. They're actually doing a sequel, I think. And it looks pretty good.
I will probably... I kind of missed out on the first one, so...
Right, yeah.
I never had. Was the first one on PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 3?
2.
I think it was PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 as well. Yeah, see, I didn't have a PlayStation 2. I had a PlayStation 1. Shadow of the Colossus is one of those, like... it's one of those no pun intended, colossal games in history. Like, you just feel ashamed that you missed it.
Right.
So I would love to see a sequel for it and get to play the sequel. And the only thing is Sony really just not supporting backwards compatibility in any capacity, or
I think it's just hard to do it.
I
I can't
they
recall
should.
hearing anything about it.
Yeah, I can't recall anything. I think they're more concerned because a lot of the games they're just remaking. So
I love it when game developers tell gamers what we want.
Right? What the fuck?
But yeah, like with Oddworld,
Don't hurt
they're
yourself.
remaking
I don't know what that was.
Crash
Something just touched
Bandicoot.
me.
Crash Bandicoot. They completely remade. So
Oh yeah. Okay, and next one was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. It looked cool.
I'm excited for it. It's not exactly the Marvel vs. Capcom I want. It's a little bit more 3D, but looks alright. I'll play
Is
it.
this a PlayStation?
Not my
exclusive?
type of fighting games. I like.
No, it's gonna be on Xbox.
no, I don't think it is.
It's gonna be on Xbox. Yeah. What's wrong with 3D? I mean, 3D characters.
No, I
Burnz
just
has his
prefer
fighting styles.
2D
Like
fighting games.
like the
Like the old
19
school
2D
Street
fights.
Fighter, like old school Street Fighter, like Street Fighter 2 Turbo kind of style
okay, yeah,
graphics,
Right.
or like Guilty Gear X2, that kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
I kind of like the blend between 2D and the 3D fighting. So
Burnz was raised on side scrollers, spit, and moonshine.
I was
So he
raised on
enjoys.
side scrollers too, but
In that order.
Okay. Call of Duty World War II. I mean, they just showed a little bit of I wasn't even sure if it was campaign or not. They showed a little bit of like shooting and buildings getting blown up. They didn't really show that much. They showed like the original weapons, like the remade weapons they had in COD 2 or 3. So
yeah.
So they showed buildings getting destroyed, like
sorry, not buildings.
battlefield.
Sorry, not buildings. Sorry, my bad. The destroyed building. So the map itself is like already there. But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So they didn't really show that much for COD, so I'm not really sure what to think about that. But I'm guessing a lot of people would just pick it up because it's World War II.
I'm honestly going to.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm a fan of, honestly, the Call of Duty campaigns. There hasn't really been one that I disliked. They're all entertaining in their own right. The multiplayer is, can be hit or miss. Though, I gotta admit, I'm one of the few people who like Infinite Warfare and its multiplayer.
I think it's one of those. Infinite Warfare is one of those games where, like, unless you're like really high level, like play at a really high level, you won't really notice all the flaws. So, but
That could be true.
Yeah. Next thing, PlayStation VR, Skyrim, Star Child, The Impatient, Bravo Team, all these games which I have no idea what they are. But yeah, Skyrim's coming in PlayStation VR.
You don't know
Who's
what Skyrim
excited? No, the other one.
Once again, they're
even
milking
more
Skyrim.
again.
Skyrim again, yes. Who's excited for Skyrim on PlayStation VR?
I've been excited about that game for years now, it seems
Hey
like.
guys, I have a confession to make. I don't know what Skyrim is.
Shut up.
Oh, good. Okay. But
You need to be ejected from this podcast.
The last time I used a Dragon Shout, it made me retarded.
Is there a special word for idiot that causes that for?
Yeah,
Find that out the hard way?
unfortunately, yeah, I did.
Yeah, there is Blackwind.
Oh man. Okay, moving on from VR. There was Moss, which is like a 3D platformer Zelda-like game where you control a mouse, a little mouse, like a mice
Yeah.
mouse. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
A rodent.
Looked
A
really
rodent,
weird.
exactly. Yeah. And then there was God of War. Where I think you play as the dude, the main character, Kratos. What's his name?
Kratos?
Yeah, Kratos.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos.
Yeah.
And his kid is, coming along. No?
Stuff
Drex?
I
happens.
thought Ares was the god of war.
He's not a
Depends on the pantheon.
god, right?
Kratos
I
killed him.
think.
Yeah. Kratos is not a god, right? He's just some really badass dude.
Why is it called
No.
God of War then?
Because he's the...
Hold on. Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you played any of them more?
Apparently not.
In the first one, he actually kills Ares and becomes the
Oh,
god
that makes
of war.
sense. Oh, okay.
Then
So
the
he is
gods
God of
betray
War.
him in God of War 2.
Spoilers? Jeez. I'm kidding.
Wait, what is this game coming out called?
God of War.
Didn't they already have a God of War? What was God of War 1
Have-
called?
Just God of War?
There's been like 3 of them, right?
Are they remaking God of War, or are they making a second game
It's a
called God
sequel.
of War?
There's a God of War 1, 2,
Called
and 3,
God of War?
I think. And there's a God of War after the trilogy. Right?
That is the worst name for a sequel ever. People give shit for J.J. Abrams for taking inspiration from A New Hope. They named this fucking game the same thing twice?
Well, it's like
What
Halo.
the shit is that?
It's like Halo.
Halo
Dude!
1, Halo 2.
Yeah, and there's God of War 1, God of War 2, as far as I know.
Dregs doesn't seem to think so. He thinks it's just called
Okay.
God
I
of
was
War.
just confused.
Okay, there's God of War 2, God of War 3, God of War 3 Remastered, God of War Ascension, Sega...
God of War 4.
God of War
so-
4, exactly, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
War was just misled.
Okay, okay,
Thank you.
War is very confused.
okay.
No, I
I was getting
understand it. Now
confused
you're
there for a
just
second.
making it sound that game was called... Y'all did that to me. Y'all... Fuck you.
Blackwind, stop.
Okay, fine.
No, that's the Dragon Shout War.
Okay,
Touche.
next thing. Detroit Become Human. It's like, okay, it's one of those like story-driven games, I think. And then you're basically an android trying to take back the city or something. You're trying to... It's just one of those games where I'm
trying to
probably going to
become a
watch on
real boy?
YouTube. Sorry?
Yeah, I think
Are you
it's
trying
Real
to
Boy
become a real
War,
boy?
like cyborg rights and shit.
Yeah, cyborg rights, android rights and stuff. I'm probably going to watch on YouTube.
Nice, iRobot.
Yeah.
No, not iRobot. iRobot is kind of the opposite.
It's like the Matrix? No.
What robots need rights?
These are androids.
We made them.
Yeah. And then Destiny 2, which
Ow, fuck!
they didn't really show much.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah, they didn't really show much. They just showed... What the hell did they show? I didn't even know what the hell they
Exclusives.
showed. The
stuff.
exclusive.
It was a
Kinda
trailer
just showed the
and...
exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
exclusive.
Oh, they showed what we won't be getting?
A little
What
bit
are
of a
we
new
screwed out
trailer.
of?
Yeah, it's like
Basically.
Like a strike and some
weapons,
Ear.
exotics.
Nebula or something. Some
Blah,
new
blah,
weapons.
blah. Nothing.
Xbox
Do
will
you
get
guys
stuff.
remember when
Nothing to cry
PlayStation
about.
used to be like
Getting
your
stuff.
favorite studio?
Yeah,
What?
back when they were loyal.
Back when they were like, God, how the mighty have fallen.
Oh man. And then they showed Spider-Man, which
Like, seriously, fuck you guys. Fuck you, Bungie. I hope you listen to this. We bought an Xbox because of you. You know that, right? Fuck you.
Oh,
Let
I mean, that's
them
true. The
sleep-
first
let them-
Xbox I ever got was the Halo 4 360 one, so... And that started from Halo, which is started by Bungie, so...
that is true. That is very true.
Let Bungie do whatever it wants. If they wanted to go up butt fuck alley, they can
No.
stay up butt fuck alley.
I mean, that's where they met
but you
Activision, I
continue
guess.
making
so...
games without stories. You go do you. You go do you, Bungie. You go do you.
Oh my god. Okay.
They'll get pounded by 5 men at once.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Okay. Spider-Man.
I'm jealous about this game and not having it. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, what? Which game? Spider-Man or Destiny 2?
The Spider-Man's,
Oh,
I'm
Spider-Man.
pretty sure a Sony
Probably Spider-Man.
PlayStation
He just makes
Yeah, it
like
is.
a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Jealous?
bummed that I'm not gonna get that
Right.
game. That looks cool.
I feel like, I mean, it looks cool, when he walks around webbing stuff, all that. But then there was a scene where buildings start falling and he has to do stuff, and then everything seems so scripted. Like, what do you call it? We have to press a, what do you call those scripted events where you have to like press X or A or whatever shows up?
Yeah, that
Time
doesn't
events?
bother me though.
Really? Yeah, quick time.
Doesn't bother me either.
Sorry, is
Why
it
do
quick
scripted
time
events bother you?
Because you're not actually
Yeah, what?
playing the game. You're just pressing whatever button they tell you to press.
And
It's, I don't know.
But that's part of the game.
It's not immersive. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like it's not a good gameplay design.
it's their way of taking shortcuts,
That's what I mean. It's like a shortcut.
and I don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't either. I like scripted events. I think they're fun. I love the scripted sequences in Call of Duty.
Like the end of Halo 4, where. Okay.
I
Huh?
am blanking on the end of Halo 4.
You basically just like pick up a good splinter cell grenade and you press X and then you just run up to the dude and you shove him in his face.
Yeah. See, that was
I'm
kind of lame
blanking
because
on
they'd
Halo
never done
ending
it
of
before.
Halo 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I was reading
Halo's
something. What the
scripted
fuck are we
stuff
talking about?
wasn't-
Scripted
Halo's
events.
scripted stuff was never as good as Call of Duty's.
Man, I haven't
I've
played
never played a Call of Duty game, so I wouldn't know.
a COD campaign for a long ass time. So that was the last Sony game. Any comments?
Not about PlayStation, but this other indie developer I think had a short little panel. It was Devolve or
Oh,
something
yeah, I heard about
digital.
that. Yeah.
Did anybody see that?
I heard about that. People saying
I did not.
we should watch it or something.
No. It was, I didn't finish it because it got weird, but it started with this chick walking onto the stage, like the main presenter girl, and fucking firing a revolver into the air like 8 times. Obviously, I guess they were blanks or something, but yeah.
Oh my god.
And then they come out in like lab coats with like this science experiment computer and asking people from the audience to come up, and it was weird. I don't know what the fuck happened.
I guess it's one way to get somebody's attention.
I mean, you're talking about
Yeah, it was
I would watch it.
literally
Oh.
that. Pulls out a fucking revolver, fires it off, reloads it, fires it some more. I was like, what the fuck?
America.
Fuck
Basically.
yeah, America.
man.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man.
So that was interesting. I have no idea what they make, but
You just watch it just
What
for
I'm
the
a little
beginning.
bit disappointed on is
basically.
the only thing I'm a little bit disappointed on from Sony was they didn't show any Oddworld stuff, which is one of my favorite titles from PlayStation.
Right.
Because they're supposed to be working on a sequel to Oddworld New and Tasty called Oddworld Soulstorm, which is a platformer, a really unique platformer where,
I was waiting for The Last of Us, but Anyway, so that was all of not including Nintendo. That was all of the E3 press conferences. I feel like
They're done?
yeah, oh yeah, they're done. Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. I feel like this.
We'll probably touch on the Nintendo stuff a little later this week.
Yeah.
If we do our regularly scheduled podcast this week, we'll touch on it briefly there, but we know the big thing is Skyrim's on the Switch. So,
oh my god, I know, right?
Fucking Skyrim.
Skyrim, holy shit.
Skyrim.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
God.
Out of all the press conferences, I feel like Xbox really if they didn't have the Scorpio, it really wouldn't have been that great. Because a lot of people are saying like how they're all basically indie games, and there aren't any like big AAA games, like what do you call it? Yeah, just big AAA games. Like there's no Halo, there was no Gears, and that really upset disappointed a lot of Xbox fans, and for some weird reason.
Yeah, but
There's Anthem.
Here is my my little counter argument to them. PlayStation 4 was the better console out of Xbox One. It's not anymore. The Scorpio is going to be the best console on the market right now. And if you build it, they will come. So this time next year, while we have a lot to chew on, I mean, Xbox fans, don't sit here feeling sorry for yourself. We have shit coming out. We have some good games. Yeah, maybe we don't have the exclusives, but who cares? They're still fucking good games. So I think this time next year and maybe the year after that, we will be the ones laughing at Sony.
Oh, I really hope so. Because people are saying like, oh, I don't have a reason to buy an Xbox anymore because I can just play on PC. I'm like, dude, the PC you're playing on is still owned by Microsoft, so no, they're still getting their money.
Still running Windows.
So yeah, exactly, Windows 10, yeah.
Yeah, I think reaction to the Scorpio. I know the PlayStation, like Sony, they are working on a upgraded version of the PlayStation. I think what was it called, PlayStation Neo or something like that.
Christ, it's never going to end.
Yeah. So,
But
it is what it is. I mean, I just feel like some years it's Sony and some years it's Microsoft. It's those two. They either one or the other just owns the fucking globe of the fucking gaming world.
And then Nintendo is there getting shit kicked around the room for fun.
Basically. But, I mean, for me, I don't really give a fuck. I play Xbox. That's my thing. Whatever. I don't care about this war they got going on. Just don't.
I just
Xbox,
play
I'm
games.
happy.
I could care less that I own both an Xbox and fucking PlayStation. I like titles for the Xbox. I like the exclusive titles for the PlayStation. I just like playing games.
I love my Xbox, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I'm considering getting a PlayStation 4 now because I'm a huge fan of single-player games, and we're not getting the quality that we deserve right now. So I'll probably be picking up a PlayStation 4, but I don't expect it to take Xbox. You had me at Halo.
I feel like out of everything that happened, the biggest thing that actually like took the show is Anthem, because it still leaves an impression for me, and it's just amazing.
Potential Anthem project has already gone up on the cosplay idea wall for me.
Oh god.
Like,
Yeah,
Burnz, I know
actually,
you
there
were
was more
crazy about this
games
game.
for the Xbox that I wanted, like Code Vein and Anthem. Like, the only game I really want for the PlayStation is The Evil Within 2.
Yep, definitely looking forward to Anthem. There's so much mystery and intrigue behind that game. I don't even really know where to begin with it, but the combat that we saw in the trailer was amazing. To me, it feels very much so kind of like a very huge, like, open world, maybe exploration version of like Destiny. I'd like to see raids and community events and things like that with that kind of a game. The group aspect of it seems really comfortable and really well integrated into the system. I'm hoping that what we've seen doesn't change much from what we get. I hope we get a lot more, yes. But that when Destiny was first launched, we saw a bunch of stuff, and then we were told about a bunch of stuff, or we expected a lot more than we got.
Right.
I just hope it's not repetitive.
Well, we saw that we played the beta, and we're like, oh my god, there's going to be so much more. And we were so wrong.
I mean, I was still surprised with the raid, but after that, just no more.
Well, the last was
The way they ended off that trailer kind of gave me that feeling of like they were about ready to like go into like a raid experience, some type of like a raid like experience, or something maybe like a public event kind of thing, like a huge public event kind of thing.
To be able to fly around like Iron Man in a jungle, going into portals. Hell fucking yeah!
Maybe more than just a jungle. Like there's so much more about this that they could explain, and I'm hoping
A
that
Metalopocalypse
they
world.
They need to play on that that wonder and that vastness that people that like throw it all in there, just hide it somewhere. Make us go find it.
Oh yeah, for sure. To be able to have like an open world where like you can actually explore and not just go around in circles. Yeah, I think our standards are pretty well, I was gonna say low, but we all know what we want.
It makes what I've seen from Anthem. It makes Destiny 2 look like an expansion. I'm sorry, like going back and looking at the Destiny 2 stuff now. Like I was kind of hyped for Destiny 2, but then like looking at Anthem, it just dumpsters what I've seen for Destiny.
It
Destiny
just takes
everything I've seen for Destiny 2 is a repeat of Destiny 1. Oh, PS4 gets all this weird exclusive shit. Here's like a beta that, no, we're not telling you anything. Oh, here's all this hype. Okay, now buy our stuff.
No.
Yeah,
and then it looks exactly the same.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath for Destiny 2.
I think Anthem's probably gonna definitely take that.
Steal all of the hype that they were
I
trying
think
to build up
Anthem
back
is
for
gonna
their
be
failed
what Destiny
game
should
sequel.
have been.
Unless they completely drop the ball on it. I mean, like, the way they were teasing the loot drop system, and that kind of gave me intrigue. I'm like, okay, well, I like that. I liked what I saw there, and I want to know more.
I hope it's like Diablo style, like loot. Sorry, weapons, or actually loot and weapons. Where it's not just like the same, like that one weapon that everybody wants because it has the exact same stats. I want it to be a more varied, like Diablo. That's what I hope.
Right.
But always be wary. Dregs.
I just can't wait for Anthem. I'm with Burnz on this. I was psyched for Destiny 2, but fucking seeing Anthem just
But I mean, remember, wasn't the Division supposed to be like the Destiny killer? And then that kind of,
yeah, that really didn't work out.
Yeah. So this is gonna be another one of those like, it's gonna be like hype train for the first few months, and then after a while, everyone's gonna be like, I'm not too sure.
Hype train.
But hell, as long as I can fly around in my Iron Man suit, killing dinosaurs and monsters.
Yep.
Miller, you seem kind of quiet. You still there?
I'm here. I'm alive. I didn't catch most of
Not
E3,
passed out.
so-
Do you have any
No, I
thoughts
just
on?
don't have a lot of input.
Right. Do you think no thoughts on Anthem?
It should be good. Don't want to get my hopes up, but it'll definitely be worth looking into.
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be one of those games where you can put like hours and hours into.
I love open
Hopefully.
world games, so I'm pretty easy to please.
Says the guy who hates Assassin's Creed.
That's Assassin's Creed, though.
Have you
Ugh.
ever finished an Assassin's Creed game?
No, he
Yeah, I
Back on
finished
islands.
multiple. No, I finished multiple games. I finished.
picture it didn't happen.
Achievements. You
Alright,
can show me
I'm gonna get
achievements.
on my old Xbox profile.
Oh,
Oh, he has to go get
I
his old
probably have some
Xbox
more
profile.
pulled up.
He's going to get his brother's profile or something.
uh,
I see you.
Shit, where
Mike.
you
I
got
see
me.
you.
oh man. Well, that was basically the only game I really want to talk about. Because anything else, I'm just like, I mean, except for Crackdown 3, but that's about it.
Most of
Way Out
E3 this year
really
is kind of
interesting.
meh.
I think A Way Out
E3 was
a
very
good
underwhelming.
game. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was seriously entertained at all the absurdity and stupidity that I saw.
There was a lot of cringe, yes. There was no shortage of that.
Okay, I rewatched
The
the
full supply.
I rewatched the Need for Speed like YouTube creator dude.
It was meme-tastic.
Oh man.
Really?
Christ.
Really?
Okay. I think that's about it for the COGCast. That was part 2, and that's all for E3. Nintendo's press conference is happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, so 12 p.m. Eastern. So if anybody...
Hey, so actually, before we go, I heard that also, you know how when in the new Skyrim game that they're porting to every system in the world, you can be Doomfist.
Okay.
Can we shut the fuck up about Skyrim?
Who's Doomfist?
Oh, he's the albino midget.
I need to know.